Hey there! Do you hate selling? You're not alone. Many people have negative associations with salespeople and believe that selling is manipulative. But here's the thing, selling is not inherently bad. In fact, it's all about providing value and solving problems for others. So if you're afraid of selling because you think it makes you a bad person, let's change that mindset. Selling can actually be a positive thing when done right. It's about helping others and making a difference.
Now, let's talk about a common fear of selling, the belief that money is evil. This mindset can create a negative association with selling because we think that making money is inherently bad. Maybe we grew up with parents who were suspicious of people who had more money than them. Or maybe you were always told that good people make do with as little money as possible. But guess what? Money can be used for so many good things. We can help others, support our families, donate to charity, invest in our business, create jobs, pay taxes, and support our community. So, let go of that belief and embrace the positive impact of money. Selling can actually be a way to make a positive change in the world. Now, let's talk about belief in your product or service. If you don't genuinely believe in what you're selling, it's going to be difficult to overcome your fear of selling. So take a moment to reflect on why you believe in your product or service. What problem does it solve? How does it improve people's lives? It doesn't have to be life-changing. It can be something as simple as saving a few minutes of time or helping someone feel a little more confident during their day. Is the benefit truly genuine? Will their life be better with your product or service in it? If so, then you believe in your business. Once you know that your product is of benefit to someone, then there is no reason not to tell them. They simply don't know how it's going to benefit them yet. All you are doing is helping them see the solution to their problem. You may come up against the issue of realizing that your product or service isn't suitable for some people. That's fine. In fact, specifically tell them that. Do not try to sell to those people. You can build a lot of trust by telling people when something doesn't meet their needs. Maybe you can suggest an alternative. The great thing here is that you may not have sold to that person, but they may know someone else who would be suitable, and they are far more likely to make a recommendation now. There is one final possibility here, that you are selling junk. If you can't justify your products or services in your own mind, then stop selling. Rethink your business. You are wasting your life trying to get money out of people for nothing. There are many ways that you can add something positive in the world that there is never a justification or need for selling junk products or services. It's just bad for your soul. We'd already know that you believe in your product, but you also have to help your customers see the benefits too. So take the time to understand your target audience and how your product or service can benefit them. If you know what the pain points for your target market are, you will know exactly how your product deals with that. For example, if you sell perfume, then the specific benefit isn't just about smelling nice. It's about creating an amazing first impression. It's about feeling pure confidence walking into a room. It's about feeling more attractive. It's about feeling special. That's what you are selling. It doesn't have to be life-changing, but knowing that they will be happier, healthier, have more time, see things differently, or feel more confident after buying from you can help you overcome the fear of selling. We can flip this the other way around too. Consider the negative consequences for them of not buying from you. What problems will they continue to face? How will their life be worse without your product or service? Ask yourself or them, how will your life be in 6 months if you don't buy this? It can be a very powerful question for some products, especially if it is intended to make a significant difference in their life, such as coaching, personal training, physiotherapy, and so on. Will that person still feel the same in 6 months without your help? They might feel worse in 6 months if their issue continues. This helps the client to visualize what they want to avoid by buying your product or service. But more importantly, it helps you to see why they need to buy it now. Are you really going to let them go on for another 6 months as they are, when they could be in a much better position if you'd just done your sales pitch better? You're actually doing them a disservice by not offering your product or service. So think about the positive change you can bring to their lives. When you truly believe in the value of your product or service and understand the positive impact it can have, you have an obligation to sell. By not sharing your offering with others, you're depriving them of an opportunity to improve their lives. So, embrace the responsibility of selling and view it as a way to help others and make a difference. Every time you don't offer your product or service to someone who needs it, you're doing the world a disservice. Let go of the fear and confidently share your offering. Now, let's talk about the fear of rejection. We're often afraid of hearing the dreaded word no because it can be discouraging. But here's the truth: when someone says no, they're not rejecting you as a person. They're simply saying that, at this time, your product or service isn't for them. It's not personal. In sales, there are always going to be lots of people saying no. You tell them all the benefits of your product or service, but maybe the timing isn't right for them. Or maybe they simply have too much else going on in their life. Or maybe they don't have the cash right now. If your service is genuinely helpful, then they aren't rejecting you or your product. They are simply saying that this time they can't see the value, or they can't justify it in their head. But here's the most important thing to remember: we live in the land of no. You can only get a yes if you risk a no. So the more often you hear no, the more chance you have of yes. You can make a game of it. Try to get 100 no's as quickly as possible. The more no's you get, the faster you will get to a yes. There's one more major advantage of hearing a no to a sales pitch. You get to know your target market a little better each time. You can learn what doesn't work. It might mean that your choice of language isn't landing for them. It might mean that you're advertising it in the wrong place. It might mean that your presentation is putting people off. But you will never find that out until you try it out in the real world. The more often you try to make a sale and get a no or a yes, the more you'll learn what works and what doesn't. You should expect hundreds of no's to start with because you haven't honed your marketing yet. Every no is a small bit of information that helps you improve. Many people fear being judged when selling their product or service. We worry about being seen as pushy or salesy. That's usually because that's how we judge other people making cold calls or selling badly on a sales floor. But here's the thing: selling is not about being pushy or manipulative. It's about building relationships and providing value. When you approach sales with authenticity and a genuine desire to help others, people will respond positively. They will judge you because people always judge you, but they will judge you positively. They will be grateful that you helped them, especially if you are honest and upfront about what you can offer and how much it will, or won't, benefit them. Give them the pros and cons and allow them the freedom to choose. Don't try to make the decision for them. In other words, make it about genuinely helping them, not about making a sale. When you shift your focus from fear to service, selling becomes a natural and fulfilling part of your business. Did you find this video helpful? I hope so. If you know someone who might benefit from these insights, please forward it to them. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Thanks for watching.